It's boom time, folks. Welcome back. Colin here over at Inside Cycling World. Busy day coming up, folks. First on tap, we've got the LEVEL NSA Racing Series. Today we are definitely going to soar with the Eagles. Today it's going off, folks. It's going off. Let me get situated here. Let me make sure that the chat's up. Chat is up. We are live. Check the OBS. Let's get the camera situated here, folks. This camera here, let's shrink her down. And we're going to hang out here again in the top corner. Place to be. Ooh, let's jump into the event, why don't we? So what are we doing today? LEVEL Racing NSA Race Series. Covered this one last week. What is NSA? Nordic Sports Academy, folks. Had some good chats with them last week. Well, Eric, he's the man, Category 2 racer. The golden boy himself, folks. The golden boy himself. Small disclaimer here today. I do have, let me get my mic better situated here, folks. I do have a second event starting at 11 o'clock. Prior commitment with Johan Moreno. So we'll be doing the Colombia race series, which is going to probably put this one, I think some of the top guns, depending how they ride, they could do this in an hour, like all out. This is a legit climb, folks. 15.6 kilometers, 1,037 meters of climbing. This will be absolute insanity here. Absolute insanity. So yeah, we're starting here at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time in Alberta. So I'm on the west side of Canada. Alberta, I live just north of Calgary, Alberta. I guess I didn't say, ooh, look at this. There's the ride leader there. That must be Eric himself. Ooh, Eden's here. 9 years old, folks. 9 years old, taking on a 1,000-meter climb. So cool. We got Simon here. Yeah, this would be Simon, Polish rider. Andreas, Adam, Antoine Terrier. Yo, Slim. Yo, dude. Yeah, emote at the right time, dude. Right on, brother. Marco Barazzi. Frederick Strid. Hey, Frederick. Very good to see you here. Pierre Thelen, Loki Strid. Loki, another champion, another future champion here, folks. 9 years old. Dad's got them riding the bikes. Awesome stuff, Dad. Awesome stuff. May Fulcher. Piotr is what they would say in Poland. Peter. This is Peter Seaman here. We got Baguhan. Looks like Philippines rider, I believe. Eric, good to see you, dude. Good to see you. We're only a minute and 45 seconds out, folks. We got Jan here from Czechia, Antonio, Chiacola. Let's hope we get a few more riders jumping in, folks. So again, I have the Colombia series coming at 11 o'clock. I start my streams always 5 minutes before. Actually, I like to start them even sooner than that. It's just the way I'm scheduling. I'm trying to get everything scheduled really well now. So you guys will have all the links. Yeah, so just give me some time to evolve it and get better with my scheduling. I've had problems in the past where I've scheduled a stream, went to the stream, and I wanted to start like 2 minutes early. Well, it starts a new stream, and then I've got friends sitting in the other stream going, hey, Colin, where's your stream? And then I'm in the middle of it, and I can't even figure out how to help them at that point. So I was a little bit nervous about scheduling, but it's easy. I have 3 streams scheduled right now. So we've got this one here. LEVEL NSA Racing Series, go Eagles, and then right after this we got Johan Moreno series, the Colombia series, stage 2 crit race. It's going to be a banger, folks. Points race 2, so a lot of different strategies in there. Then also don't forget about Echelon Racing League this Saturday. Goes off at 7:45 my time. Really excited about that. Great cause. 20 seconds to go here, folks. 16 riders here. Let's get it, folks. So last week it was really easy for me to do this because we had two kind of sprinty type races. So they were very easy to cover. This one's going to go for quite a while. So I got to say up front, just so anyone who's here, who's watching, who may be in the stream, I'm probably not going to be able to stay all the way today. And that's just poor planning on my part. I was like, okay, yep, sure, I can do this, no problem. Let's grow the racing. And then I actually came on this morning and I'm like, oh, we're doing that one. That's my fault. So, folks, smash it. Get up that hill as quick as you can today. That's my motivation for you. If you want to be in the video at the end, do your all-time best. I want to see lots of PBs today. Let's go, folks. So for those of you that don't know, this is a legit climb. I'm going to try to say it Limonar. Limonar is how I would say it. So it looks like, yeah, Pierre is just waving to the crowds. He's got a lot of fans here, folks. He must be well known in the areas here. Bagu coming up. Loki riding right behind Eric. Eric, Category 2 racer. Eric, dude, so cool to see you racing at the Sunday Race Club. Obviously, I'm trying to know everyone that there is to know here. I want to be the guy on the inside. What's my channel called? Inside Cycling World, folks. So it's really cool to communicate with the hitters, the people that are starting out, the average Joe. Guys, I'm an average Joe. Love bike racing though. So I've been watching a lot of the Sunday Race Club, a lot. Primarily to learn all the cyclists too. Well, I guess, I like learning who everyone is, but I'm trying to learn all the courses. Obviously, I haven't ridden all of them. Peter here, 8th place. Let's see what's going on at the front. Who's going to go on a tear today? We got Antoine up there. Antoine Terrier pushing hard already. He's got 3 other riders with him, actually 4 or 5. They're all pretty close together here, folks. Let's just bounce to Antoine here, pull up that incredible camera that we have, and have a little look back. You can see here, there's 2 riders coming up on him right now. Andreas, now in the draft, just putting a little bit of an attack in to get on. Pulling Marco up with him. So Marco Barsazzi is right on the wheels of Andreas here, getting pulled right back to Antoine. Let's bounce back to Marco and have another peek back. Yeah, camera controls, guys. Incredible stuff. Yo Slim, yo. So I say it, yo. These guys are all like, 4 or 5 watts per kilo up here at times. Yo's over 4. Simon here is trying to bridge up now. He knows the break's going, folks. He's finding himself. He's like, I don't want to be here by myself. I got to get up there. Looks like Adam may be thinking the same thing too. He's looking at Simon ahead going, I got to get to that dude there. Then we can vault our way up. The 3 or 4 up front then becomes 6 or 7. Maymay's right there too. So there's going to be a bunch of people coming back up here, folks. I've seen someone talk about this before. I think it was one of the live workouts I did. And I've been meaning to get back to them. Just the timing is not working for me. What was it yesterday? Oh, I know what it was. Well, the timing does work for me as long as I check out the length. I've only done one ever live workout. Best workouts I've ever done. Out of all the platforms I've been on, it's my favorite workout. And I've only done one here. It can only get better. So I did a workout, I think it was last Tuesday with Cy Bradley. I think it ended up being 11 a.m. my time last Tuesday. I got off the bike at 11:52 into the commentary booth at noon. So I had 8 minutes to bring myself down, wipe the sweat off, get out of my stinky clothes, try to freshen up a little bit before going to the booth. So I'm like, ugh, that's really hard to do. You're a little bit, I'm tired. I want to be on fire when I'm doing this, folks. I did just do a ride, but it was nothing like that workout. That workout was awesome. That was Cy Bradley's 30-30 workout. Loved it, Cy. Definitely coming back. I just got to figure out the timing. Cy's over in the UK, so 7 hours ahead. Later in the day for him. Smack dab in the middle for me, which is perfect. But I got some races to cover here, folks. Lots of races to cover. Ooh, nice group here now. Check this group out and check out the jerseys on these riders, folks. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Did you know that NSA League has they have their own merch store? So check that out, folks. I just had a quick peek this morning. Really nice looking gear too. So yeah, we've got a group up front here. Looks like 6 riders. 6 riders in the front. Yo Slim just sitting on the back right now, getting a nice rest. So, riders, Limonar. We're in Colombia. This ride is known as the Monte Zoncolon of Colombia. It's pretty steep. You're going to climb almost 1,100 meters, and it is a replication of the real-life climb. So I looked at the map, studied this map over here, pulled up the Strava segment. I'm like, yep. It's all the same. It's all the same. The lead-in part here, I'm sure is slightly different. Maybe the street layout's not the same, but when we get on the actual climb itself, then you're going, folks. The scary thing is we have almost 1,100 meters to go. and we've climbed 9 meters so far. So it's going to be like that, folks. I think the average gradient is 11.7%. So it's pretty unrelenting, vicious steepness. Like it will just not let off. So if you can power through, just power, and hold that power, you're going to do fine. So I did look at some maps. It looks like we crossed like a major road going out of town. And I'm kind of looking here in the corner of the map. It looks like we're going to hang it right here and probably start working around. I can see some pens coming up in the distance on the map itself. So I'm thinking that might actually be it's going to start just after that. Again, look how fantastic the graphics look here, folks. Spectacular stuff. This probably gives us a little bit of chance to bounce back to Eden here. It's going to be a big workout for her today. Eric's right nearby, keeping an eye on everyone. Looking resplendent in his NSA jersey. Resplendent. Now that's a compliment coming from me, folks. That is a compliment. If you knew, you knew. If you know, you know. Loki further back, and then we got Jan here. Oh, Jan's already shut her down, folks. He saw a coffee shop on the side of the road and thought, you know, that the 3 espressos I had this morning, not enough. Let's get back in for another one. He's loading up on the caffeine right now, hitting some croissants. He'll be back. Get in here, dude. Get in here. Field is quite split out. We got a lot of single riders here. Outside of that front group, we have a lot of people riding solo. Might be a very lonely day out there, riders, for a lot of people. At this point here, okay, so Adam's only 7 seconds behind Peter. I think these two should hook up together. A little bit of camaraderie out there. And I can see just up ahead, I can see the main group. So Peter's only 7 seconds behind. You can just see them up in the distance here. Will we see them? First off, let's see. Yep, we can see Adam behind us. He's just off the edge of the screen here. Just see him. Yep, he's just popping in and out back there. Really not that far back. The riders up front are only 7 seconds ahead. Can I see them now? Might be too low at this angle. Oh yeah, there they are, folks. You can see them now. Check out these Pegasus on the far left-hand side. I love seeing all the things on the side of the road. I want to make a map of the world with all the cool sightseeing things to see. I'm going to have to put in a lot of time riding to go find these things. There's other people that have got videos out there. I can check out and look for some things. Actually, I noticed them too, even at the Sunday Race Club. I'm seeing things. I'm like, hey, look at that. So I have an eye for detail. This is kind of why I wanted to get into commentary, because I watch bike races. I'm like, hey, why aren't they seeing that? Hey. I'm like standing up going, hey, there's a crash. And then 20 seconds later, oh, we've heard there's been a crash. I'm like, yeah, I saw it. It was on screen. So I'm always looking for stuff. Adam's falling back a little bit now from Peter. I think Eric's going to ride back here and slowly start scooping people up. He's just doing this as a warm-up, I believe, here. And then when that hill comes, he will absolutely smash. In fact, you can see it just up ahead. Bagu now decides, I'm going for it. All of a sudden, riding 4 watts a kilo, wants to move up. Ooh, folks, here it comes. Yeah, this makes sense to me here. So that little T intersection at the bottom of the map here, let me just back up. Antonio, right here, you can see it now. This is where the climb starts right now. This is kind of the start of the official climb when you come off that T intersection here and head up the map. I'm not really sure if that's north or not at this point. Going under this big dude, whatever you want to call him. And the climb starts. It just starts. And so what are we at right now? Oh, yeah, this is going to be tough. We're 5.8 kilometers in with Peter. Oh, and Peter's got the bit between the teeth here, folks. Chasing the front 6 down right now. He's actually pulling them back slowly. We have less than 10 kilometers to go to the finish. And we have over 1,000 meters of climbing. So this is now going to start being 10% gradient all the way. It's going to have to get worse than that because right now we're only riding at 8. So to make the numbers go around, we're going to be a lot worse than that at times. That's where the Montes Oncolon of Colombia term comes from. Let's bounce up to Andreas here. Ooh, this field is actually cracking now too. We got two riders. Andreas and Mame are just falling back a bit. Marco up ahead. We've kind of got like, it's starting to stretch out now, folks. Starting to stretch out. Okay, good. I'm seeing Mame coming back. Mame is getting on. It's definitely stretched out now. Let's have a little look at this, folks. Yeah, stretching out here. These camera angles will give you an idea of how steep this is. 8% gradient here. We're down low on the road. Getting a good look. It probably exaggerates the steepness a little bit, but it's such a cool camera angle. Don't worry, folks. 8.5%. It's going to get a lot worse than this real quick here. Real quick. Let's see what we got on the front. Simon. I'm just going to go with Simon for now. And Janicki, Polish rider, riding 4.5, 4.6 watts per kilo. Smashing it. Antoine's coming back, though. And Yo Slim right there. So, kind of got our groups established now. We've got 3 in the front. Then we're finding Marco and Mame together. And Andreas is just falling out the back. Front riders are more in the 5 watts per kilo. The second group probably 4.5, 4.6. Andreas wants to ride 3.7 to 4, somewhere in there. Peter's kind of doing the same thing. He's got to wait for Andreas to let off a little bit to come back. And look at this. Bagu now on the attack, folks. Does anyone know this rider? Does anyone know this rider here? He went super chill. And now he's on the assault. Bagu Han out of the Philippines. I believe that's Philippines. It has to be. Pushing 5 to 6 watts a kilo. Probably ultra lightweight climber. And looks like they had a really bad gear shift there is my guess. They went from 6 watts a kilo straight down to 0. Probably skipping his chain. This rider here is not really a lightweight. This rider is probably more in the 80 kilograms range is what I'm seeing. 6 watts a kilo, 480 watts. There you go, folks. 80 kilograms right here. Kind of a little bit more of a powerhouse rider. Adam Bosco. Antonio on the climb now too. Eden Strid. Yes, Eden. Good job. Eden riding with Eric. You couldn't ask for a better riding partner here. Eric's, he's not riding at his Sunday Race Club pace. Let's just put it that way, folks. He's hanging out with Eden here. Pierre's further back, just getting into the warm-up zone. Loki's taking a break. I think Loki got a call from a friend saying, hey man, do you want to play some Black Ops 6 with me? And Loki's jumped off his bike. And he's now playing Black Ops 6 maybe. Loki, I'd like to join you, dude. I'd like to join you. So on the climb, folks. Hey, actually it was James Ogilvy of the OTR Virtual Events mentioned just yesterday. I'm not sure if you're aware, I've made a flight sim video. It's in the channel somewhere. You'll see it. It's probably got a playlist called Flight Sim. Only one video so far. It's where I commentate kind of a sightseeing tour of famous climbs. It looks fantastic. Trust me on this. I haven't even looked at the chat yet. Ruben Hose is here. Hey Ruben, good to see you, dude. How'd your race go this morning? I didn't get back inside until 8:30 something, and then I smashed it on the bike for 25 minutes. Into the showers. Ruben's a big supporter of the channel. Thank you for being here, Ruben. This climb looks deadly. So I was telling folks here, so we used a flight simulator and we toured up the Col de Tourmalet in the Pyrenees. First discovered in 1910. Not discovered, I shouldn't say that. First ridden in 1910 by the Tour de France. No one even knew if they could do it. And then I was commentating an event yesterday, and James Ogilvy from OTR Virtual Events said, hey man, why don't you do El Limonar? It's a real climb. So this is the real part. Same with Jebel Hafit and Jebel Jace. Actual real climbs. So I'm going to get to those, folks. Going to get to them. I'm going to give you some really cool sightseeing tours, throw a little bit of geology in, a little bit of geography, history if I can figure it out, when these climbs were first used, things like that. And then it'll probably give you more incentive to go ride them at times, because I know that's what it's done for me with the Tourmalet. I want to try to get the Tourmalet ridden this week. Just going to grab a drink here, folks. Was on the bike, did push pretty hard this morning, so trying to rehydrate. Okay, riders. Antoine is at the front. Antoine's actually pulling away from Simon now. Riding real nicely. Let's see what Antoine is. Antoine, 70 kilogram rider, I'm going to guess. So probably more suited to the climbing here. Whereas Simon, Simon's probably in the same weight range, about 70 kilograms. Marco's not that far behind. Oof. This corner will look so good on this camera here, folks. I think it's camera 7 that does it. Take a look at this. We can just see Simon up ahead going around that left-hand bend, climbing up through the jungle here. This is awesome. Awesome stuff. We've got Mei not that far behind. Actually, you know what's good too here? With the speeds, these 9 and 10 second gaps, we're going to still see the riders on screen. They're not going to be hundreds of meters of separation. It could be 50 or 60 meters. In fact, I can see Simon at the top of the screen right now, just going around a left-hand bend. He's just disappearing now into the jungle around that corner. Now, if I bounce up to Simon here, look at this. This is so awesome. Antoine here. Simon's got his eyes on him. Let's have a little look back and see if we can see Marco. There's Marco. He just came around that corner. Okay, so Marco's coming now. And take a look at that, folks. It didn't even look that far. That's 18 seconds right now. That's how steep this is. Look at this. 16% gradient, folks. The Montes Oncolon of Colombia. And I can see why. These like sustained gradients are just brutal. Cadence 83, dude, good job. I'd be doing like 50 here. Actually, I want to have a little look at that. Cadence 88, just spinning like a demon. 84. Marco 63. This is my style right here, folks. Marco, you the man. This is my style right here. I did want to look back. Okay, so here we go. Here's our front two. We're going to take a look back. Camera 4 is your look back camera. Can we see him? It's 27 seconds now, so there's been a bit of... I think I just see him on the edge of the screen there. Yep, you can see him coming around the corner right now. There he is, right there. There's 2 of them there. Actually, the distance between Marco and Mimi's really shut down, folks. Look at this barrier coming up here. We're going to spin the camera around, and you'll see them both go under the barrier together. Take a look at that. I'm actually looking at the far edge of the screen there too. Can we see Yo Slim? Let's have a little look back, folks. Here's 3rd and 4th together. Group up, dudes. Group up. Ride together. Okay, so we're not going to see Yo Slim here. Let's get a perspective of where he is. He's coming around the corner now, and now he's going to see those same barriers. You can tell how steep it is when he's 150, 200 meters back, and that's a minute. So steep here. 14% gradient. I want to do this climb. But first, I'll do my route recon in flight sim mode and show you all the details of the climb. It's not going to look, well, it's going to look real in the flight sim. It's going to show you what you would see from all the air photos. Oh, take a look at this. Bagu rocketing up through the field. Does anyone know Bagu? Is this guy a superstar climber here or what? Goes right past Yo Slim. Yo Slim still riding strong. Yo Slim probably just under 70 kilos. Then we got Andreas, not that far back either. Wow, this is really good actually. They're all so close together. Here we are, Andreas and Yo Slim and Bagu on the same screen here. You can see all 3 riders right here. Let's bounce back to Peter. Peter was closing in before. Looks like he's eased his pace off. And actually, Peter looks like he's more of a lighter weight rider. 60 kilograms, something like that. Adam Bosco, not even that far behind either. Antonio. Eric is further back. Just riding chill today for Eric. Eden, I think Eric is just around the corner up there. Let me have a look here. It's going to bounce back. Camera 4. Oh, he's on the next bend. Okay, this is a tough one. Let's go back to Loki. Yeah, I think Loki is playing Black Ops 6 right now as he rides his bike. He's very distracted, folks. Pierre here. Yeah, there's not going to be... when I looked at this one this morning, I'm like, ooh, we're not going to have a big feel for this one because a lot of people, this is pretty intimidating, this climb. Let's bounce to the front. Bouncing to the front, folks. Peter. Yeah, so I'm really looking at the times, but I got to throw that out of my head because those times mean nothing right now when it's this steep. You know, there's 13 seconds between Andreas and Yo Slim. He's right there. Bouncing to Yo Slim. Just up the road, we got Bagu there. Just starting to go around that left-hand corner. Here's Bagu on this rougher surface too. I wonder if that's what it's really like. Is that what the surface is like in real life? Oh my. Yeah, again, 12% gradient here, folks. It's just not letting off. I can see a bit of let off coming later on. Woo! Yeah, insane. So riders, like I said, I'll stick around as long as I can. I need about 5 minutes between this stream and the next one just to... And then I always start the stream 5 minutes early, so I will be here until 10:50 my time. That gives me a 5-minute break, grab another drink, maybe even just get another coffee into me. Antoine at the front now. So I think these two have flip-flopped quite a bit. May and Antoine. Before, Antoine was chasing, I believe. Let's take a look at Antoine here. Yeah, riding nice. Riding very nice here. I think Antoine's more in that 60 kilo, maybe 65 kilo range. May. I think it was Marco who's, no, it wasn't Marco. Maybe it's May. Simon? Trying to find the rider that's closer to my size. All I know, though, is Bagu is on a mission. Bagu on a mission here. 7.4 watts a kilo, time trial mode, hill climber extraordinaire apparently here. Take a look at this, folks. Smashing his way up. I think I see another rider in the distance. Yes, I do. Simon is just up the road here. Get the camera flipped around. Here comes Bagu. If you look very closely under those twinkly little lights back there, Bagu's coming now, folks. Let's get back to him. See how this action unfolds before us. Penelope just walked in from work. Yeah. Yeah, Penelope, this is a nasty climb indeed. Nasty climb indeed. Just going to take a look at my camera and stuff, folks. I'm always set up differently every day. Maybe I need to get back a little bit. Yeah. There we go, folks. Then we can see the shredded in action. All the kind of good stuff that we do over here. Where am I? 10 by 10 cube of greatness today. 10 by 10 cube of greatness. Getting back to this one, we're still on Bagu here. Bagu right now, about 40 seconds behind Simon. That number's going to be just very wild here at this point. On these types of gradients, Bagu has now let off. I think he's decided 6-7 watts a kilo. I can't do that for the next 8.7 kilometers. So again, remember riders, this is a real climb. We're going to recon it together, and then I'm going to ride it and just destroy myself. I actually like these types of climbs. Short and sweet, like a route that I wouldn't do well at in real life, because in real life I'd have a long lead in and I'd be tired by the time I got to it and I'd just dissolve on the climb. But these, you got like a 2 or 3 kilometer lead in and then just smash and just hold it for an hour. Like just go as hard as you can, blow up at the end, but it's over. It's over. Okay, yeah, I wanted to see if I could zoom out that map a little bit. So the map you're seeing on the side, bottom left-hand corner, that's what this hill climb actually looks like. I had Strava open this morning, had the MyWhoosh open, and was comparing them. They're exactly the same. So this is a 1-to-1. This isn't something that's been faked to make it seem like you're on the climb. The only thing that'll be different here is maybe the wandering hippopotami that we have on the sides of the roads, lurking around here. And obviously just like the aesthetics, decorative stuff. How's Antoine doing up here now? Still 46-second lead. Is he that close? Yeah, Antoine's pulling away now, I believe. Ooh, May and Marco are together. These two are together here. This is going to be good. Here's Simon. Look at me. I'm trying to lean around the corner here. There they are. You can see the two of them just up ahead, past these little glowy light things. The patio lanterns, as we like to call them. Kim Mitchell, Patio Lanterns. That's a classic song from the 80s. Song I never even liked. I'm not sure why I'm telling you that. Bagu has faltered. Bagu has faltered on the side of the road. It looks like possible chain. He's possibly snapped his chain here. He was applying so many watts to the chain there, folks. Not sure what's going on with Bagu. He's shut her down. And only in the 8% section. This 8% stuff, this is where you're getting a rest, folks. Here comes Andreas. Here comes Yoslem. Coming right by. So all that work Bagu put in, all for naught. Stuck on the side of the road. Peter's coming next. Oof, 13% there. Adam Bosco in 11%. Eric's riding with Antonio. Yeah, these two are riding together. 11.5%, 12% here. More patio lanterns up above us. Let's check the camera out. Anyone else coming? Nope. Little overhead. Oh, they're just crawling, folks. Just crawling right now. 8 kilometers an hour. Oh, sorry. We're 8.1 kilometers in, but we probably are doing, oh, sorry, it's right there. 6 kilometers now. I was going to say we're probably doing around 8. We're actually doing 6. That's how steep we are here. 14% gradient. Here's Eric. Just nice 3 watt per kilo pace. I'm not really sure what Eric's strategy was today. Looks like he's just riding a 3 watt per kilo climb all the way to the top. Again, Eric here, races Category 2, Sunday Race Club. Check out the MyWhoosh YouTube channel and you can catch all the racing action. It's really fun to go back and watch it all. I think I'm on the October 13th race right now. And it's really good because it shows the Hawk Hills, which I rode just a couple days ago. That was a tough little hill. Very steep. Kind of like these gradients, 14, 15%. Let's bounce back up. Okay, Andreas and Yoslem are together here with Bagu still being broken down. So I think we've lost Bagu altogether. Antoine's still at the front. We've got the 2 chasers. 2 chasers, Meme. So I'm just looking for some landmarks so I can see more lights up ahead there. Let's look back here and see if we can see those lights. Yeah, they're just there off the screen now, just at the back. The other 2 riders are coming under there right now. Here's the lights. Same lights. Watch out for wild horses on the side of the road here, riders. Just be careful. They might come after you. They're running around here on the side of the road. Got the Colombian flags waving. Love it. Here's Marco under those same lights. Let's head back to the chat for a second here, see what we got going on. Not a lot. Everyone's just checking out the action here. Okay, riders, so after this, we actually have a Criterium sprint race, and it'll be starting like 5 minutes after I leave this one. Stream's already scheduled. That's the Colombia series. So it's 4 laps. I forget the race course. I forget it right now. 4 kilometer lap times 4 laps. Points every lap, double points on the last lap. And I think the points are just at the finish line. So, oh, I do know what stage it is. It's from the UCI esports championships themselves. So when they did that series for the top 20, or I think it was 22 for the men, they rode 3 different stages. They rode like a velodrome stage, more of a street circuit one. There was a hill climb one too. That one was really good because they had points at the bottom of the hill, points at the top of the hill, and then I believe points at the end. So you might want to try to go on a break, get to the points at the bottom, and just hang on for dear life and get swamped going up the hill, but you got points before they did. Really cool. So we're not riding that point structure. I think we're riding points per lap and a lap. So what that means is, I tried to explain to someone this morning, you don't have to win the race. Win. You don't have to cross the finish line in first at the end. You might finish in second and third all the way around, and you end up winning the race because of the point system. The rider that finishes in first at the end Maybe someone that's actually 7th or 8th. They just might have a good sprint at the end. They will get double points though. So it's very strategic that way. Antoine still ahead. Look at this still, folks. 13, 14%, 15% here. Wow, this is a climb. So when we started the climb, we already had a 5-kilometer lead. And so this climb is really only 10, maybe 10.5 kilometers long. Climbing, I think, almost 1,100 meters. I think it's 1,070 meters. So you can see on the left-hand side right now under the map there, we're 10.7 kilometers in. We've climbed just about 500 meters. So we've only climbed halfway so far. Serious climb, folks. This is one I have to do now. At my 30 to 40 RPMs and completely blow up my knees. Although that's never happened to me. Let's check out what's going on with Marco and Meme. I think they're still together here. Pretty close. Hang in there, boys. Hang in there. 2 Italians. Hanging in together. And we got our Polish friend here. Really not that far back. Here's the lights. These lights are really good. Lets me point things out. Okay, so the lights are just off the screen down there. We can see we've got a right-hand bend. Can we see that for Simon here? Okay, so he's 1:14 back, so it's probably a little bit further than I was expecting. Bouncing back, we got Yo Slim and Andreas together. They are at just coming up on 10 kilometers in. So they've only got 5.6 kilometers to go. It's going to get worse, riders. It's going to get worse. So think about this. There's 5.6 kilometers left, and they have 600 meters of climbing still. Actually, a touch over 600 meters of climbing still to do. That tells you how steep it's going to be at the end, especially when here we're just dilly-dallying around in this almost flat area. Look at this. Actually, we got a little bit of downhill here. And I think Andreas here is just going to be smashed with this wall. I can see it coming right now. The wall is coming. Let's get the camera down low. I think it's camera 7. Yeah, this guy here. Yeah, here we go. Watch that gradient just start climbing here on the top right-hand corner of the screen. We've gone from 0. We're already at 8%. It's just going to keep climbing, folks. Ooh, look at us going around this corner here. Oh, my. 9%, 10, 12. This is awesome here. Look at this. Almost at 15% gradient. He has 5.3 kilometers to go with, I think about 600 meters of climbing still to do. I think the total climb was 1,072 meters. He's at 454. So it's going to be up here all the way to the finish. Probably 12% all the way now. Just averaging out. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a real tough one. Antoine doing a really nice job here, still pushing that 4 watts a kilo, probably 65 kilogram rider. Marco and Meme. Ooh, a little bit of separation now, folks. A little bit of separation. Thought these two would stick together. They're probably better to stick together. That's what I would think. But I guess they've got their own plans in mind. Backing up to Simon here. Simon totally solo. Yo Slim. Actually, I'm going to have a little quick look here. Simon, Yo Slim. So Yo Slim is pulled away from Andreas further back on those flats. So even here, this is where the gradient's backed off a bit. We're at 12% plus. Andreas, 12% plus. Peter's just starting the steep stuff now. Ugh, can you feel the bite of that climb there? Adam Bosco. Eric. Look at Eric's heart rate. Eric's just out for a nice spin today. He's taking in scenery. I've heard he's an avid bird watcher. So he's commenting, checking out the birds in the area and checking them off his list. Maybe he's looking for butterflies out there too. We're not sure, folks. I just made all that up. Yeah, Eric's just on a chill ride today. Keeping an eye on everyone. Looks like Antonio's having a bit of problems here. So Bagu's definitely gone. He's been parked there for quite a while. I think he just emptied it all. Maybe he just said, I'm just going to go full bore until I can't go anymore, and then I shut down. So he stepped away. Eden's still giving her. Remember, riders, Eden, 9 years old. 9 years old. So she's out there climbing this 8-9% grade. Loki finished. He won his last game of Team Deathmatch on Black Ops 6. He knows what I'm talking about. And he's back out here now. He's a little further back. He's got a long ways to go now. Loki is just starting the climb. We lost Jan quite a while ago. Pierre's still out there too. Good job, Pierre. Good job. So Pierre's sandwiched between Eden and Loki, the twins. Twin 9-year-olds, folks. Bagu's gone. Eric is just chilling. Adam Bosco. Peter will work our way up again. Peter's got a nice low heart rate too. Andreas. Yo Slim. No heart rate monitor. Folks, yeah, I was going to mention for the Colombia race, try to ensure that you have your heart rate monitor on. We're just trying to keep everything fair and square. Just an easier way to confirm. And again, it just triggered my mind there when I saw the heart rates. That's for the Colombia race series. I'm not really sure what they have in place here. This is more of just a participation event. Have fun. Coming over to the banners here. We've got a 2-minute lead by Antoine over Marco. Wondering if Eric is going to put in some kind of huge attack at some point. Give us a little treat. Yeah, Penelope, check that out. Yeah, Penelope, so yeah, I am streaming another ride straight after this one. So I did this last week too. So Eric and Johan, Eric Rindberg in this race, Category 2 rider. Johan Moreno, Category 3 rider. Super legit. Like, these guys race for cash monies every Sunday on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. So I've just bumped into them doing stuff over here and said, hey guys, can I help you out a little bit? Can I, ramp things up? Super cool dudes. And last week we had 2 shorter sprinty type races, so there was good separation. This week, I woke up, my fault, and I'm like, oh my, we're doing one of the harder. Limonar is rated top 100 climb in the world for hardness. So, and I didn't actually check the actual number, but hard. You could tell it's going to be hard. I think the Strava record up here is right around an hour. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, how am I going to cover both? So yeah, I'm going to cut one short. I won't be able to stay all the way to the end. To get ready for the next one. The next one's going to be really fast. So there's one coming right after this too. Yeah, how is he doing? Well, Eric is like pretty much world-class athlete. Like, Category 2 racing, let me think about it for a bit. Like, they're probably like all guys that have like close to 400 watt, 20-minute powers. Probably up there. So if you go on YouTube, check out the MyWhoosh channel, you'll see the Sunday Race Club. You'll see these guys in there competing. And it's all super. This is the most regulated racing platform out there, from what I can see. Weight, you got to get your weight properly, so they film you. You have to film yourself on video, weighing yourself with a weight. Put the weight on the scale, film it. You stand on the scale, film it. You hold the weight on the scale, film it. You have to do a power passport. So they kind of get like baseline numbers, I think. Like, okay, let's see what you can do for 1 minute. Okay, we got it. Doesn't matter what the number is. Let's say it's 300 watts. Okay, now we know. When you show up and do 700 watts, you're not going to. They're going to go, hey, wait a second. That's not your power passport. It's kind of like, I guess in the World Tour, they have like the biological passport. They know what your blood numbers are like. It's a way of tracking you. Like, this is way outside the norm. There's something up here. Then they have 2 power sources. So you need your trainer. It has to be an approved trainer. So, higher end trainers. Also, too, you need a secondary power source. Most likely would be like crank, power pedals. That's another investment you got to invest in. What else do they have? Oh, you got to have the camera on yourself the whole time so that they can see that it's you riding the bike. I would imagine too that they got to see the bike so they can see what kind of bike you're riding, just so no one decides to put an e-bike on there. So yeah, Eric follows all those regulations every week, and of course you need heart rate monitor. Forgot to say that. He's racing right up there. There's no way of faking this stuff. Let's actually go back to Eric here. Here he is now, and yeah, 112 heart rate, but he's riding less than 3 watts per kilo. For Eric, this is just, maybe he's doing a one-leg workout. Might be doing that. Bouncing back to the front though. Oh yeah, this would be me. 178. Oh yeah, this is me right here. Antoine's digging deep, getting up this hill, folks. Let's see. 728 meters of climbing. Oh yeah, these last 3 kilometers. So he has less than 3 kilometers to go right now. He has 2.8 kilometers to go. And I think he's got 340 meters of climbing still to do. So it doesn't let off now. It will not be any less than probably say this, 10.7, 11% going forward. I think it's going to be steeper than that all the way to the finish. You can figure those numbers. You do the math. You know, my YouTube buddy, you do the math. Just going to be steep, folks. I think this will be a really cool one to do the recon on, the flight sim recon, and then go ride it. Yeah, and so those 2 kids, Eden and Loki, they're 9 years old. 9 years old. I think their dad is Frederick Strid. He was in the start shoot at the beginning. I've had some good chats with him. Super cool dude. So Level NSA Racing, they have a team, like it's a full race team, and I think they do a lot of promotion, getting people involved in cycling, getting kids involved in cycling. Again, just some basic stuff I've read over the last week. Let's move back up here. Okay, things look good. I'm liking what I'm seeing here today. Bouncing back to Marco. Yeah, so some separation now. These 2 rode together all the way. 30-second gap now between Marco and Meme. Yo Slim, solo still. Actually, you know what? I think Yo Slim was with Andreas before and is now vaulted over top of Simon. There was that flat section. Remember I said, look at this. We actually have a bit of downhill here. We had like 0.3% down. Yo Slim took off at that point from what I remember. I think he's caught and passed Simon. Yeah, Yo Slim's right around this corner here. If we go back to Yo Slim for a second here, take a look at the camera here. That's that bend right there. Okay, if that text wasn't there, we can probably see Simon coming around the corner. Simon's just around that corner back there where my mouse pointer is, right back here. So he's just caught him. And here comes Simon around that bend now. Can we see him? Can't see him now. Oh, okay, the waterfalls are a cool marker here. Andreas is only a minute back. Okay, Peter. Ooh, look at this here, almost 16%. I mean, you could see the road just soaring upwards as in an eagle. That's for Eric. Soaring like an eagle, folks. Soaring like an eagle. 16.3, 16.4% here. Like, this is devastating. Let's go back to Antoine here and see what he's dealing with. Okay. 12.8, 13%. Looks like if I'm looking at the profile correctly there, it might just back off for a tiny bit. It'll drop to 11% and you can get fully recovered. Don't you just love that when you ride a lot of 12 and then it hits 10 and you feel like, oh, this is so easy. So easy, bro. When it's not. Okay, let's see what we got left of you. So Marco's still moving. Meme, I think there's going to be people blown to pieces on this course today. Yo Slim, riding really nice. Simon here. Andreas. Peter. Adam Bosco. Eric. I think Eric will be coming up behind Adam pretty quick here. Here's Eric, again, chilled. Super chilled. Bagu, yeah, like I said, he did his ride and then shut her down. Eden's still going. 9 years old. 18%. People, it's 19.5% here. We're 20. Wow, this is the worst part of it right here. Let's get to that super cool camera right here. Oh my. This is where you need like a 34, 42 on the back. Eden's moving at 2 to 4 kilometers an hour here. Wow. Yeah, and confirmed, these are 9-year-old twins out here together, folks. Let me take a look at their power output. Very low. They weigh nothing. I think both these kids are like in that 40 kilogram weight. They're twins, boy and girl. So at that age, kids are pretty much the same. They weigh the same. No one's grown yet. So they're little lightweights. Let's make sure Pierre's still out there. Yeah, Pierre's doing it. And Loki. Is he playing Black Ops 6? He's not apparently moving right now. Oh, he's back at it. He knows I'm watching. Loki, no Black Ops 6 until you finish this ride. Which I don't feel good saying that to you right now. Because you got a ways to go, dude. Just keep at her. Okay, let's get back up. Antoine here. Wow, what a climb. What a climb. I'm sure this climb is used a lot at Colombian races. Like, this looks brutal. Yeah. 10%. Oh, it's getting easy now, folks. Look at this. It's only 8.5%. This is the easy stuff right here. Antoine accelerating up to a whopping 14 kilometers an hour through this stuff. He's at 859 meters elevation. He's got 2.6 kilometers to go. He still has to climb 200 meters. Yeah, this is tough. I love this one. Let's see what's going on with our two friends here. Marco and Meme. Looks like maybe they're stabilized. You know, the distance that's going to grow. You can see them on the map at the bottom corner. There's going to be a big swooping, like a really huge curve to the left coming up. Antoine's already around that huge bend. Yo Slim was moving through the field nicely. So left Andreas behind, past Simon here. Ooh, look at this here too. Was 13% there, 14%. It's backed off a tiny bit. Let's see it kick when it goes around that corner altogether. Now it should start climbing right about here. What do we got, folks? Right around 13%. 13.5. We're over 14. Oh. Brutal. 16% here. They've already been climbing for 48 minutes. Wow. Maybe 40. There was that little bit of lead in time. Everyone took it pretty easy. Wow. Doesn't have a heart rate monitor. That's okay in this event. Meme. Riding his own pace here. Riding his own pace. Dancing on the pedals, folks. Dancing on the pedals. You look at the map in the left-hand corner. You can just see Marco ahead. So you can see here it's going to be a bit of a straightaway. We might be able to see Marco. Can't see him. Just a little bit too far. I'm going to bounce up to Marco now. See, okay, I can get an idea of where he is now. Meme's just down there. He's not that far back. Just hard to see with the text in the middle of the screen here. I'm looking, I'm leaning, I'm doing the lean as if that's going to help me. I don't see him yet. Antoine just pushing nice here. Antoine, yeah, he's working hard. Looks like he's got a really nice gear set for this. I wouldn't be spinning at 83 through here. I do not have the gears for this. That's something to think about when I ride this. That's why I'm really liking this whole virtual gearing thing. I've really got to get that figured out. You can see at the top here, he's nearing the finish. There's a little bit of like a loop-de-loop at the top. I'm going to guess at this point, at that point up there, that's probably just put into the platform for like a nice turnaround point for the riders. I highly doubt that's how the road is in real life. Could be wrong. Let me get a sip. No news from the doctors yet, folks, for Joey Jojo. I think everything's good though. She is going to see her normal doctor, because what's funny is she saw him the day before and said, I'm having all these pains. I don't know what's happening. Because they come and go. When it hits, she's on the ground crying. And then it goes away, and then she's absolutely fine. That's why she went full Reagan from The Exorcist on me. No, I'm not going to the hospital. Blah! Her head spun around. Is because she know usually it goes away. Well, it didn't go away for like 2 in the morning till 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, come on, please, let's go. Let's just go. She finally gave in. She couldn't take it anymore. So she had seen her normal doctor the day before this happened. Actually, it was probably I think she saw him at noon. He stayed through lunch hour to talk with her. And by 1, 2 o'clock that night, Friday night into Saturday morning, she was having an attack. So he's around. He goes, come on in and see me. We got to figure out what we're doing. Maybe he's got some results. I don't know. So fingers crossed for a huge kidney stone. I can't believe I'm saying that. Let's have some more pain. Okay, right. Whoa, getting busy in here. 9 years old. Yeah, they do come from a cycling family. Penelope, Frederick Strid was in the start shoot. I've had some fun chats with Frederick. Ruben's back here. Yeah, that's right. There is a kids race as well. Maybe one time I should cover one of those. Is there many kids in that? I noticed too that there is NSA Racing on Saturdays. Maybe I'll take a look at that as well. It just depends on the timing. Ruben's saying, great seeing the youth cycling. Would like to see them on Ruby. Colin has a 1 month free code. That's right. I do have a 1 month free code that everyone can try out over on Ruby if you guys want to try something different. And I think this climb, maybe either Ruben or Penelope, who are Ruby riders, can tell me, isn't El Limonar one of the climbs in the Colombia Challenge that we got right now? I'm positive it is. So you guys need to go ride it. The kids will be back for the next one. Yeah, El Limonar. If it's on Ruby, go ride it. Experience the pain. Experience the pain. Here's Antoine still going. Antoine is 800 meters to the finish. Still has probably 70, 80 meters of climbing to go, so it's not going to let off. You can actually see on the profile up top where it does just kind of kick right over. Kicking right over there, folks. Good timing here. So yeah, great climb by Antoine here. He's at 53 minutes right now. Ooh, this is very busy here. Okay, I'm just getting some messages coming here. Yeah, talking about more NSA stuff. It's actually called Level, all capitals, NSA. I think it's called Level Racing NSA Race Series. They also do the kids races. I'm just trying to cover as much stuff on here as the community as I possibly can. Don't forget too, folks, I don't know if anyone here that's going to watch this, or maybe Eric's involved with it. I'm going to be doing commentary for the Echelon Racing League this weekend. I'll be covering the B category, C category, and the paracyclists out there. So that's a 6-week commitment. I'm into. Starts this weekend. They do have a week break, so it goes December 7th. Next race, December 21st. 28th. Finishes in January. Check it out, folks. Awesome event. Awesome cause. Antoine coming to the finish. This guy's probably really pumped up about this. Really pumped up. So yeah, actually the timing is good for this. I imagine that the climb here is probably a lot faster than the Strava. I'm going to say probably because I imagine in real life, this road is probably pretty brutal. Road surface, things like that, right? Probably falling apart. These steep roads are hard to maintain. Oh yes, Antoine, dude, 300 meters to go for the win on the flats now. He's coming up to this little loop-de-loop. Look at the spin around point. So I'm assuming that all the way up to probably, well, I think in real life, we're probably done the climb. This is just a little spin around thing to help you go back down, and you can ride all the way back down. Oh, okay, so it was 1,037. In my head, I was thinking 1,077. But yeah, what a wicked climb. And there goes Antoine. Flash pots going off. Shawn Michaels, WWF. You know what I'm talking about. It's one of my favorite memes to put on the Discord all the time. I love that meme. Okay, so that's Antoine done. Coming up the climb, what you're going to see, there's that waterfall we saw earlier, I think. Wow. So these guys are climbing up here. Let's just hang out with Marco for a little bit because we're going to see Antoine come flying down the hill. I'm just trying to keep a look on the map. I can see Antoine coming down now. Look at the map here. You can see the orange dot right here with my mouse pointer. He's coming down right now, blasting down. He'll be high-fiving these guys on the way down, peace signs, you know, one of these. Maybe the, you know, when you're driving with your car and you give them the fingers up like that as you're driving. Very country out here. You have to do that to everyone you see. Here he's going to come flashing around this corner right here. See ya. He's done. God, I love that. Love that. Let's go back to Simon. Okay, so there, he just came down there too. Actually, let's hang with Antoine for a bit. So this is Antoine coming down the hill. Blasting his way down, folks. This will give you a good look at like what they've actually climbed up. So let's bounce to Simon now, because he's going to see Antoine come flying around that corner. Here comes Antoine now. Bing bong. There he is. Heading home. Great job. Okay, let's see if anything's kind of compressed here. What do we got going on? How many people are we going to be able to cover here today, folks? So, from the Golden Boy himself, 9 a.m. on Saturdays, CET. I'll take a look at that one. This weekend's probably going to be tough, Eric, only because I will be doing Echelon Racing League. So I'm kind of getting all ramped up for that. I think that's 7:45 in the morning for me. So with that one, I'm covering multiple categories. They do have Elite Racing, where I'm assuming you would be hanging out, Eric, if you're involved. I know Jason Osborne's going to be there. I know Hayden Pucker's going to be there. I saw Lisa Hermansen's going to be there. Like a lot of big names. What's really cool is I went through the start list, I think a couple nights ago. And I think this morning, I think I saw 200 people registered for it. Mike Gavalis, who's part of HPL Cycling, he's ridden with us with Team GRC guys. He's based out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. So he's the next province east of me, a little bit more north. Brutal winters there. You do not want to go there in the wintertime. Trust me. Don't ever make plans to go there in the winter. Yeah, it's getting up there. And he has a website. He does a lot of racing. He's raced with us before. He's entered in the event. I saw people from Calgary in it. People from Edmonton. A lot of people out of Vancouver. So this is like a huge event. Still time to register. Here comes Marco coming to the finish now. Oh, wow, look at this too. Maymay is not far behind. Maymay is right there. I think Maymay put on a really nice surge at the end here. So here goes Marco. Marco's coming to the finish now. So we've got 2 riders under an hour so far. This is the finish line right here. You can pull over on the side and get yourself a nice little gelato right there. That little pink truck. Maybe have a nap in those teepees. So going down here, we're going to see Maymay now. Oh my, Yo Slim has passed Maymay. Look at this. There they are. And we're going to see Marco coming out. Where's Marco? Marco's coming out. Yo Slim passed Maymay. So Yo Slim on a little bit of a tear here, folks. We'll probably get 3 riders under 1 hour. Maymay has a chance of getting there. I think that's really good. Really good timing. I thought I was going to see one person finish and I'd have to jump away. So this is really good, guys. Awesome stuff. I was freaking out for no reason. When I saw this climb, I'm like, oh, man. So here we are. 3 riders under 1 hour. Maymay's just going to miss it. Just going to miss it, but he's right there. What do you think? 102, 103, 104? You know what? My world, I gave it to him. You're under an hour, dude. You were there. My rules. My rules, folks. Riders coming down the hills now. Simon's still doing it. And check this out. Look at this. Andreas is coming back up towards Simon. Wow. He's got him in his sights, folks. 1.2 kilometers to the finish. with still 100 meters of climbing. So it's going to be steep here, folks. Steep. 16% gradient here. Can Andreas pull him back? Wow. Close. Let's have a little look back. You can just see him off the... Yeah, here he is right here. He's lurking, folks. Lurking. 18-second gap. Now is when you just look at the power of the other rider and you got to match everything they do. And for Andreas, he has to be higher than Simon all the time now. Simon just has to match exactly what... Oh, 2 riders coming down. So if I was Simon, I'm looking at Andreas doing 3.5. I'm riding 3.5. That's it. You bump it up, I bump it up. It's very psychological at this point here too. In fact, what you could do is ride a little bit harder, and then it kind of makes it like I go, whoa, I can't do that. Gap is growing here, folks. Gap is growing. I think Andreas has really pulled his way himself back up to Simon, but just can't close that gap now. So we got, do we have 4 finished? Yeah, we got 4 finished. Antoine, Marco, Yoslem, and Meme. So these 2 are close together. Then we got Peter here. Adam Bosco is a long ways down. Peter's at 14.4 kilometers. Adam is at 12.6. Got Bagu there. Pierre. So we've lost some riders. There's been a lot of attrition. I see that Eric's left, probably to do the kids race. Help them out over there. So yeah, you can see Loki and Eden have left. Eden put a good smash into this hill as well. Like, she was up there riding that 19-20% stuff. Andreas and Simon. Let's get back to the chat, see how this goes here. Yeah, Penelope saying, I imagine them side by side at home pedaling away. I know. I think Frederick, send me a picture. Send me a picture through Discord or whatever so we can see what they look like riding at home. NSA right here. Yes, they are. Fast strength and kids race. Thanks, Colin. Really appreciate it. It's way too much climbing today for the kids. I totally get it. I'm looking at this going, it's way too much climbing for me. But these are the kind of climbs, these are bucket list climbs right here. So 100%, once I get Microsoft Flight Sim, the old version installed, because the new version is kind of been a disaster. If I go in MyWhoosh, will I be... Yeah, Penelope, you can. There's a spectate button. So you'll be doing what I do. Turn on your camera and start commentating. Let's get it. Yeah, you can. Unless it's a lockout event. Some events are locked out. Like for the Echelon Racing League, I'm just getting coordinated now. No one has camera control. You have to get permission. So I've been granted permission apparently, and I'll be able to watch it this weekend. So yeah, you should be able to jump into that kids race, look for the eyeball. Sometimes if you go in too early, you won't see the eyeball. All the things I've learned doing this, folks. Andreas and Simon here still. What I'll probably do... Where are we at? 700 meters finished. We still got a little bit of time to kill here. Peter is... Actually, Peter's not that far back, but Adam's a little bit too far back. I think what I'll probably do here today, folks, only because it's 10:34 now. I might want to grab something quick to eat and get a quick coffee into me for the crit race, the points race that's coming up, the Colombia race series. We're on round 2 of 4. Let's get in there, folks. Let's get in there. So 4 finishers. Simon and Andreas coming next. Simon's right there, dude. Like, nice job. I think, you know, when you see these banners, you're like, what a sense of accomplishment right here. What a brutal climb. This is one of the tougher climbs I think I've seen. Yeah, this looks brutal. Actually, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to look and see what its overall ranking is in the entire world. I mean, those rankings change by every website, but you know what I'm saying. So I think what we'll do is we'll do Simon and we'll hang with Andreas to the end. Hope these two, if anyone knows them, Eric, well, I think Eric's gone now. Share this video with them, guys. Feel free to share it. My stuff's available for everyone. You can do what you want with it. You can splice and dice it. You can show it to your friends. You can post it here. I'm saying it now. You don't need any special permission from me. Just share it. Get it out there. I need exposure, folks, so I can do this going forward. Simon coming in 5th place. Awesome job, dude. 1 hour, 5 minutes to climb that. That's pretty awesome to me. Yeah, if I was these guys, I'd be like, I'm just going to cruise all the way down the hill. And, okay, let's not miss Andreas' finish. There he is. I would have given that guy a fist bump going by. Like, dude, we did it. So we're going to watch Andreas finish, and then we're going to jump. Let me get prepped for the new one, shut this stream down, fire up the preview on the new stream. It's kind of a little bit of a process I'm learning here. I still got direct orders from Joey to rebuild my studio for this weekend. Might start wearing a suit and tie. I'm not doing that. I'm just kidding. What? Yeah, just wearing my t-shirt here, my Hey Riders t-shirt. Hey Riders. I think I've said that in every video I've ever done. Hey Riders. That's my thing. That's my gig. So we got 6 done. Peter's going to be a little while here. Peter's going to finish for sure. I know that. Adam. Yeah, Adam's got this too. So Bagu's gone. Pierre's gone. Jan's gone. If I didn't have another race coming up, okay, we're getting some pop in here, folks. Let's catch up. I would hang with these dudes to the end. Peter, Adam, nice job, dudes. You got this. There's riders coming down the hills now. I need to prep for the next race. Hopefully next time we got more of a sprinty crit race, followed by another. Actually, next week, I think the Colombia series, they do the endurance climb. So another tough climb. And that one is more of just a virtual worlds climb. It's not based on a real climb. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's partially based, but it's not a real one like Limonar here. So anyways, riders, time for me to jump. Get ready. Okay, let me hang on here. Kids race, just hit the section and the look for the new event. Yep, it's easy to do. Yeah, you can watch all these, Penelope. There are 3 with Strid as second name in the race. Anyone who... Yeah, that's Frederick. I think that's Dad. Yeah, that's Dad. Okay, guys, I'm jumping. I got to grab a quick bite, grabbing a coffee, get ready for the next race. Hope to see you all there. Thanks for supporting the channel. You know, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to stay alive here. Making a lot of progress here over on MyWhoosh. Liking it. I'm liking it. Okay, guys. Gotta jump. We'll see you again soon.